Okay, in this video, I wanted to take a little bit of time to show you how I go about building my pre-market watch list, the research that I do, and how I decide if a stock is going to be worth my time. Okay, I have several sources that I use to, alert me to stocks, whether it be on my scanner that's built into my platform. Like I use Thinkorswim. I do have scanners that I have put together and built, and I use those to. One of them is a gap scan, pre-market and after hours, and another one is just kind of a low float scan. And that doesn't always do it for me. So one of my favorite places, when it's really early in the morning and you're limited on your resources, you can come to benzinga.com/pre-market. Okay, this is free. This is awesome, and they give you these two lists: the gainers and the losers. And like I say, these start like really early. I get up. I'm sometimes sitting at my desk at 4:30 in the morning my time, which is Mountain Time, and it's really nice to have this data all put together for me very, very nicely, so that I don't have to like pay for alerts or any of that sort of thing. I just come here and do just a little bit of research, and it's very simple, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. So here's the list. You have the ticker symbols over here and the name of the company, the price, how much it has moved, and the volume. So really, a lot of information at a glance. I don't short, so I don't look at the losers. I'm only interested in the gainers. My next thing is I just go through each one of these to find news and a few other things about the company. Before I even load it on my chart, I will go through each of these and look for news, okay? And where I find news, I go to FinViz, okay? FinViz right here. And I'll just type it in up here in this little search box and I'll get a chart. Like here's WEI, it was on the list. It's a Chinese stock. That helps me kind of decide right away whether I want to trade it. I don't typically like Chinese stocks all that much. If it has a strong news catalyst, maybe. This one's a medium float. When it's in 35 million, anything above 20 million, I consider medium float. That's just the way I filter them down. Medium float, I will sometimes trade those. If it has a good, strong catalyst, if the chart looks decent, I will sometimes trade those. I don't make them my first choice. And then I come down here. Underneath all of this financial information in the chart, there's a little news blurb. This one has no news today. This is March 19th, and today is March 6th. So I don't see any news. I can tell right now, I'm not even going to load that on my chart. That's not an interesting stock to me. BTX was at the top of the list. Let me go there. BTX. See how my internet's been a bit laggy this morning. We'll see how it goes. Okay, USA stock, that's good. A very low float. That means this is a nano float. It's 1 million. It could move a lot. Now we come down here, April 6th. It does have a headline. What is the headline? Appointed Chief Executive Officer. That's not the best headline. And I'm going to give you my keywords that I look for in a headline in just a minute. But this doesn't really have any of my keywords. So even though it may move, just because it does have a news headline, it's probably not going to be a mover for the rest of the day, right? It may move pre-market, it may have a little blip at bell, I don't know. But it's not going to be a good mover, okay? So I kind of, keep that in the back of my mind. If it already made the move, it's probably done for the day. SJ. Let me go to SJ. SJ's China, okay? And here's the float. It's 2 million. That's a nano float, right? I don't particularly like China, but if it has a good news catalyst, I'll be all over it, especially with this very low float. So I'm going to scroll down here. April 6th. Today we have a couple of news headlines. Strategic Alliance. That's a nice headline right there. Bitcoin and NFT. Holy cow. This headline is loaded with lots of keywords. I'm not the only person who's going to zero in on these keywords. A lot of other traders that are, pretty skilled in their art are also going to know about these words. Computer algorithms are looking for these very same words. And so because everybody's looking for these words, this thing's going to move, okay? What else did it have? It had a strategic alliance, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, NFT. So yeah, it was pretty much the same thing there too. So this stock I'm definitely going to have on my watch list. And so that's basically what I do. I come down through all of these and I look for news headlines, and the headlines have to be decent. And so that brings me to my next thing. Here's my keywords that I look for. All right, I'll go through these. In the pharmaceutical arena, I look for, in trial results, I look for met primary endpoint. I look for successful trial. I look for lifts clinical hold and fast track designation. Those are going to be very powerful, and they will propel a stock. Okay, you'll get other headlines for pharmaceuticals. Earnings reports really don't do a whole lot. Sometimes they will. It depends if other keywords are with that, but earnings in and of itself probably won't move it. Or any stock, any sector, doesn't matter if it's pharma or anything. Okay, so here's general all sectors. The word acquire will move a stock. I don't like acquisitions necessarily, because you know, it really depends. But acquire will initially move. You'll see, like, what will happen is they'll spike really hard, and then they go flat for the rest of the day sometimes. But acquire is a word I do look for. Beat is a very good word. Upgrades is a good word. Raises and defends. Okay, that applies to every sector. Okay, I don't particularly like mergers, but sometimes they go. So set to join is a word I will look for. Crypto is a really big sector. Okay, the words you're looking for, and they will move a stock. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and blockchain. Pretty simple. Look for those words in a headline. You're going to get some momentum. Geopolitical words, you know, strategic alternatives. That can be helpful in helping you filter out. So these are the words. If you want to write those down and make note and just kind of get used to understanding that if these words are in a headline, or any combination of these words, the more the merrier, right? These are what you're looking for. Headline in of itself does not necessarily move a stock, okay? Like for example, BTX, right? It was just some guy was appointed to, I don't know, I don't even remember what the role was, but that was the headline, was that kind of a headline. Today, though, I wanted to point out the stock EYES, which is a stock I'm very familiar with. It's a low float. It had a headline similar to that. They appointed a new director of something or other. And for some reason, the headline itself, because nothing else was moving, the headline caused the algos to pick it up. And then other traders saw that little bit of momentum and they jumped on it and brought it to its next levels. So, you know, this is where it starts. It starts with doing some research. You can use this benzinga.com pre-market, and you know, / pre-market, and then just come down here and go through the list, make your watch list based on these. You're not going to, it looks like there's a lot here. There's probably like, I don't know, 20 or something here, but really I only had like 3 or 4 or 5 that I was able to use, okay, based on my headlines and my keywords, okay? And the whole goal in the game is to be laser focused on just a few stocks. If you have a list of like, you know, 9 or 20 stocks, whatever. I see people watching so many charts. I don't even know how they do it. There's no way. But if you can laser focus on, you know, not more than 4 stocks, you're going to be all set. That's all you need. And, you know, think about it. Most people have a trading account, you know, people who are really into this, but not really, really into it. They're just starting out, you know, they're starting out with like a $25,000 to $30,000 account. And their goal should be to trade 3 times a day, you know, 3 round trips, a buy and a sell. That's a trade for me. 3 of those a day, or 4 tops, and you only need to do 30 cents a move, 30-cent gain 3 times a day. On, say you're trading 2,000 shares, you've got $1,800 doing that. So this is why you need to focus on only a few stocks and make your stocks count, okay? Because not every stock is going to move. You need to have some volume. The catalyst will give you the volume and the momentum, and they will give you the gains that you're looking for. So anyway, that's all I really had to say on this little watch list development video. This is exactly how I do it. I actually do a little bit more. I get deep into, you know, chart analysis, and then I also, you know, figure out support and resistance. But my other videos really cover that very, very well. I'm a big Fibonacci girl, and so Fibonacci's really give me a lot of answers there. But anyway, I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, let me know, and we will talk soon.